All right, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division where we have an update on the Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford fight. And it's officially going down. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division where there's some people eating some crow right about now over an overreaction of something that Bomac, Brian McIntyre, said yesterday, and had people coming at me all kind of crazy. Just the very next day to have to get the correct record corrected, and it now become official that Errol Spence Jr. is fighting Terence Crawford in the rematch. Now, before I get into the rest of it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much. Because look, man, we were talking about this over the last couple of days, which my understanding was that Errol Spence Jr. was going to exercise the rematch clause to fight Terence Crawford in the rematch of their fight that took place July 29th, where Terence Crawford won by, I do believe it was a 9th round stoppage in a one-sided fight. Errol Spence Jr. said that he was going to do it again, but people speculated ever since then that he wouldn't do it for several reasons. Several, by the way, blatantly misunderstood reasons. But since I get a lot of comments and pushback and feedback from things that are said in other places, let me assure you that I am not going to let those things go unaddressed at this moment. First, why did people think that he wasn't going to exercise the rematch clause? First thing that people said that made people believe that was a misreport, a misinterpretation of something that was said by Stephen Espinoza, where Stephen Espinoza said that I'm sure Errol Spence Jr. wants it, but he may have to right now talk to his team, and his team may not want it. And then went on to say maybe the fight will take place either late this year, which is 2023, or early next year. But somehow people interpreted that to mean that the fight may take place late next year or early this year, even though within the context of what Stephen Espinoza said, it didn't make any sense at all. But that doesn't stop anybody from grabbing the conversation and sending people into a tailspin over something like that. Now, the second one, something that took place yesterday on a channel called Fight Hub, where there was an interview given by Brian Bomac McIntyre, the trainer of Terence Crawford, where he was asked, what about the rematch clause? And he says, well, I think the rematch, if it is going to, Errol's going to want to push it up to 154 pounds, is going to want to push it up to 154 pounds, and not 147, but he doesn't think it'll make a difference in the fight, that it'll still be the same knockout. And when specifically asked if he knew about the rematch clause, he says, I don't know. He said, I don't know. I haven't heard that he's exercised the rematch clause. So why do people say that he said that it wasn't renewed, or it wasn't activated, excuse me? No reason, because all he said was, I don't know. I don't know. It could maybe be interpreted into, I don't think so. I don't think it's been renewed yet. I don't know. But I don't know does not mean Errol Spence Jr. failed to activate his rematch clause, and now, the fight is no longer possible. Because now what do you get today? You get Bomac, Brian McIntyre, the same person, saying, yes, Errol Spence Jr. activated his rematch clause. There you go. So what does that mean about the last two reports that came out? The one about Steven Espinoza and the one about Brian McIntyre himself. Both of them are just absolutely bananas interpretations of what actually left these people's mouths. Now, for me personally, I get this all the time. I can literally compliment somebody. Say that I think that they're a terrific fighter. Say that they're an undisputed, that they are the pound for pound best fighter in the world, right? Has every chance in the world to beat anybody that they get in the ring with. Somehow that's sneak dissing somebody. The same type of people, and this is to a particular person out there on Twitter who you know I'm about to respond to you and look for my apology, which I know ain't coming. But obviously, Errol's Brian Bomac McIntyre did not say that there wasn't a rematch clause. Now, why do I point this particular stuff out again? Because there's now a bunch of people running around. We're literally calling all of a sudden off of these bogus reports that Errol Spence Jr. was a coward. That he was a coward. It's amazing. All of a sudden he was a coward. Oh, you know he's scared. You don't want to see your boy beat up. His people are scared. He's a chicken. If Terence did this, you'd be calling him a duck. No, I wouldn't. But after all of that drama that these fake Bud fans are spewing, it turns out that the man actually activated his rematch clause. And I don't even get why anybody would doubt that he would. I personally, in the videos that I talked about it, I said, I think he will. I know that there may be concerns from Terence Crawford's camp that he won't, because that's what Jake Donovan said on the Angry Man Sports podcast, the editor for Boxing Scene. If he has heard from Terence Crawford's team that they suspect he might, there you go. There's no reason not to believe it. These people, he can get an interview with these people or a conversation with these people, during any time frame that he wants to. He's an editor for a major boxing magazine, major boxing outlet. So why would I doubt that they had some fear that he may not exit, they may pull out of the fight? But that immediately gets squashed when Errol says, no, exercise the rematch clause. We can get all of this guessing and wondering out of the way. Stuff is ridiculous, man. Now, anybody is out there talking about how this guy, Errol Spence Jr. is a duck and he's a coward and all of that. Man, it was just mighty amazing that the same people, before people started claiming that he wasn't going to take the fight, amazing how they before said that he didn't need a fight. We don't need to see it. He needs to move on. It's not good for him. And they just switch up on it, man. I'm telling you, a lot of you guys are just flat out fake Bud fans. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.